do what makes sense for you. Do what makes sense for your pockets, because I'm not pocket watching, because I don't want your pocket watching mine. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Samantha and I am the Luxe Wife, and welcome back to another amazing home video. Well, as you see by the title today, I am giving you the designer look for less for fall, and I promise you, as always, you do not want to miss this video. When it comes to styling your home for fall, I think it's important to make just a few tweaks so that way you are not spending it too much and you're not trying too hard just to get the maximum effect when it comes to your home. Fall is a short-lived season, especially if you asked me, because everyone wants to immediately get into their Christmas decor. But before doing that, let's take care of fall on a budget, and let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. Well, essentially fall is here, and I love changing my house over just as much as the next person loves changing their house over, but I want to give a little bit of my expertise and what I have done over the years that has allowed me not to spend too much money going into fall, because immediately after fall is the holidays and we need all the money we can to reserve for decorating, gifts, and etc. Food. You know what? I should have said food first, because food is incredibly expensive, okay? So let's get straight to it. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. When you're transitioning and turning your home into fall, I think there's like the big three you want to take into account. Those wow factors people are going to see coming into your home. And the big three for me is going to be your rugs, is going to be your curtains, and is going to be bedding. Now, of course, nobody should be going into your bedroom besides you, but bedding also at night gives you that fall feeling when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, when you're just passing by your room and your room looks put together. So those are my big three. Now let's talk about that really quick before we get into some of my Amazon favorites that I found for fall. Now, first thing first is going to be curtains. I love transitioning from those white curtains in the summertime and the springtime to maybe curtains that are like an oak color, or maybe that gives maybe a little bit darker. Maybe you can go with the black. If your space allows you to have darker curtains, I also like having a darker curtain with a sheer curtain in between it, and it just looks so nice and so polished. Now, what we want to always do and always keep in mind is make sure those curtains are going from floor to ceiling. We do not want curtains that are too short, and we do not want curtains that are too long that are actually going to drag the floor. Now, I have been a victim of both. I've said that before. I've had curtains that were incredibly too short, and it just doesn't make the room look nice or give that high-end feel. It's super easy ways that you can fix curtains that are too long, from easy hemming. And if hemming is not your area of expertise like me, there's also tape that you can put on there. It's like a patch you can iron, and your curtains are good to go. So I will link both of those options so that way you can see it. But I love taking a look at Quince Home because they offer high quality for a fraction of the cost, okay? For a fraction of the cost. So that is something I absolutely love. Now keep in mind, when you're buying quality high-end panels, you're going to pay per panel, okay? You're going to pay per panel. Most windows require 2 panels for a standard size window, but if you have, let's just say 3 windows back to back, you're going to want to have at least 2 panels on each side to give that nice full look, okay? So it can get expensive, but I just want you to understand that if you're shopping the right places, then you won't have to worry about that expense exceeding too much, okay? Now, next, let's go into rugs. I love a really great quality rug. I've talked about it before, how having at least 2 or 3 rugs is of quality is something you're going to want to have for your home, because rugs just change the space. Allowing your rugs to breathe from season to season and not get that wear and tear, I promise you, it is literally the best decision we have ever made, because changing your rugs out at least once a year, but just changing that rug, it changes the dynamic. It gives you a different starting point, especially when it comes to adding those accent colors onto your sofas and whatever faux plants or anything like that you want to bring into the home. It definitely changes the space and changes the dynamic. I have a link full of rugs on Amazon, things you can have for spring, things you can have for the cooler months, that is going to give you that without breaking the bank. And lastly, which I talked about, which is bedding. No, not necessarily everybody is going to be coming into your home to go into your bedroom, but you also want your home to feel like you have also changed the season. You haven't changed the season for everybody else to see, but you also changed the season for yourself, okay? And also giving your bedding a rest. You guys know I love to like change out my bedding periodically, and this very beautiful brown from Quince I am eyeing, and I'm thinking I want to go ahead and add it to the cart because it is so gorgeous. Now you can keep your comforter. Like, I love to keep my comforter and duvet white throughout the year. I just think white, just, I don't know. You can go from white to like an off-white to even like a chocolate or other colors, but I think white intertwined with those holiday colors looks good. Intertwined with the spring colors look good. That chocolate brown and white is just a chef's kiss, and then maybe like a pin stripe sheet set. See where I'm going? See where I'm going? It looks so good. So those are my big three founding fathers when it comes to changing your home over for fall. Now this next list that I'm going to go into are all the things that I have found on Amazon for basically next to nothing, under $20. I don't think there's anything on this list over. If it is, when we get to it, we'll talk about it, but that is that. First things first, pillows. Now you guys know pillows is that first thing that's going to catch the eye coming into the home. If you have accent chairs near your front doors, or if you have ottomans, like in my case I have an ottoman, you'll be able to style an accent chair and a throw blanket there. On your sectional sofas, being able to have those accent pillows onto those chairs is just so good. And I love coming into fall and having those browns and those oranges and those burnt oranges, and I love to pair them with a cream and black. I just think it looks so good. And if you keep your base simple, if you keep your base at like a cream, think about it. You can easily transition into the holiday season, adding green and adding red without having to spend additional money, without having to spend so much more, because now your basis and your foundation is there. Even going into spring, keeping that foundation very simple. You can pair those creams with those yellows, those brighter greens, those brighter oranges. Whatever your colors are, it's easily paired with, and I absolutely love that. So the options when it comes to pillows is you want to keep it simple, you want to keep it clean, but you want them to give a higher end look. And I would always practice what I preach. When it comes to your pillows, make sure the inserts are a size bigger than the pillow cases, okay? Make sure the inserts are a size bigger. If you have a 20 by 20 pillow cover, make sure the insert is 22 by 22. If you have a 22 by 22 pillow cover, make sure the insert is 24 by 24. I'm also going to recommend they be feathered down inserts, because those pillows are going to be nice enough to give you that nice pretty chop when it comes to decorating your beds, sofas, accent chairs, wherever. Now I will say this, and I will always say this: do what makes sense for you, do what makes sense for your pockets, because I'm not pocket watching, because I don't want your pocket watching mine, okay? Because if you have to go to some of your local stores to get some of these options, there is always an option as well. You have Home Goods, you have Home Sense, you have At Home, which I think honestly is closing, going out of business. I don't know if they're going out of business or closing, but I do believe At Home it's closing. But you have so many other options and places that you can go and get pillows if you desire. But I do like the option of being able to buy the cover and being able to buy the insert separately, so I can just always just plop it off and wash it, and I don't have to worry about it. Now let's talk about throws, which is the next thing immediately after pillows. Those throw blankets are just going to be so good for your home. Now this is the time in the season where I'm going to recommend the chunky throws, the knitted throws, the ones that look incredibly full during this time of the year, because it's a little bit, you know, cooler, so you want to be nice and warm if you're throwing a blanket on you. So I'm going to always at this time of the year recommend that. Now when it comes to colors, I'm going to recommend those browns, I'm going to recommend the orange, I'm going to recommend green, and more of like a sage green, not the Christmas green just yet, but more of like a sage green. I think it just looks so good during this time of the year, and it styles and pairs so well when it comes to your furniture. Now those items that I have listed, those are your money makers. Those are the areas that you're probably spending up more money in than others, because pillow covers can get pricey, Rugs can get pricey. Pillowcases, pillow inserts can get pricey. But if you start with having that and purchasing inserts one time, you don't have to buy inserts time and time again. You can get the covers and you can buy them 2 in a pack and so forth. So if you start somewhere, start at a good basis, we'll be able to capitalize on top of that. And I absolutely love it. Now, all of my other recommendations, when I say take this with a grain of salt, take this with a grain of salt in a way of you can purchase them online or you can purchase them on store. I know sometimes we like to go in and touch things. So I love to be completely honest and transparent when I'm talking about things. Like, yes, of course, I do this full time and I would love for you and I would love for everyone to purchase directly through my links. But being also honest is also saying that, baby, if you want to go inside of the store, by all means, go inside of the store, because I'm one of the ones that will also go inside of the store and get exactly what I'm looking for and exactly what I need. But I know that there's others who are like, I don't want to deal with that, and I love you for that, and purchase through my link. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's talk about faux plants. When it comes to the fall time, I love gravitating towards faux leaves and mums. Now let's start with mums. Mums, you can buy them freshly at a local nursery, or you can buy the faux ones from Hobby Lobby to Walmart, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. I also love the idea of both. Outside, I like to put the fresh ones, and then inside the house, I like to put the faux ones because I don't want to have to bear the responsibility. Outside, I know they're going to get the sun. I know they're going to get some water because of rain, and there is that. But mums, I think, are so gorgeous. I love the colors of the burnt orange and the red, just pulling together. I don't know, I just love that color change, and it pairs so well with browns and greens and creams. It pairs so well. And if you, as long as you have like the faux ones in the nice planters onto your countertops or your tables, your coffee tables, I don't care how they're styled, they're easily styled so well and they look so good. It is very low maintenance, but it gives a maximum effect every single time. Now when it comes to like your faux leaves, you just have to be careful when you're looking at them and making sure they actually look really nice and they're not too thin, because if they're thin, you have to buy a lot of them, and then that's where it can get costly. But we're trying to stray away from having to spend too much money on some of these additional items. But I love the faux leaves, and I love like the deeper reds and the deeper burgundies in the faux leaves, and I think they look so good going into fall. I have not quite done a fall haul yet. In my latest video, I did maybe a few pieces like pumpkins and things that I've gotten for fall, but I haven't like done a full on fall haul and fall styling. We will get there. It is coming, and I am super excited about that. I am being conscious this year, and I'm telling you what I'm doing, then I'm showing you what I'm doing, and then I'll tell you what I just did. Kind of like that whole process, because I want you guys to be able to not only know I'm doing this, but I'm giving you guidance along the way. So before I go out and show out buying too much, you know, let me do it before you do it, okay? Let me do it before you do it. I have mums and faux leaves linked here on Amazon. I also have some other options linked for you guys if you want to check them out. But if you're shopping at stores like Hobby Lobby, you know, like periodically I think it's like rotates every other week or 50% off. So I would definitely get to like a Hobby Lobby and get to them for 50% off. And let's talk about kind of like the final 3 things, and I will let you guys go. Pumpkins. Now let's get into pumpkins, because I am not a pumpkin person when it comes to like decor. This is my very first year in my life purchasing pumpkins for decor. Now I will probably insert pictures here and there so you see where I had pumpkins like at my front door for decor, but inside of the home, I've never had pumpkins for decor. I just never thought that they were nice enough to be able to enter my space. But I have been seeing some pumpkins that have been incredibly gorgeous, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can go with the pumpkins that has pearls and the gold in the glass, the ones that has light in the inside of them, I can go with that. I have linked some very, very, very beautiful and gorgeous pumpkins if you want to go with a higher end look, because I do understand when I go places like hotels during the fall time and they have it beautifully styled, they don't have the basic pumpkins. They have the really nice, gorgeous, and beautiful pumpkins perfectly styled out, and I want to be able to mimic that but make it 10 times better because I know I can. And because I have an eye for it, I know the ones that are going to pair well when it comes to decor. So I am super excited to get some styling going in this house for fall with my first pumpkin collection. And some of the ones that you guys see link, I will probably of course have purchased as well. But I want you guys to be able to see that this is what's going to look good into my home as long as it's styled the correct way. I'm not going to go overboard because I also still have to be able to have a strategic way to store things. And you know how every year comes out, you just want to get a little bit something different. That's why I'm not going to go overboard. I'll donate as I need to, but in the meantime, I guess we're just going to go and play along with the vibes. But I promise you it's going to look good. And before I do the final one, which you guys probably already know, you probably already think it, let's talk about candle holders. Now, candle holders is probably that area that's going to cost you a little bit more money. And depending on the pumpkins, if you're buying the pumpkins in bulk, you're going to spend over $30. But if you're not, you're not. But I do know some of the larger, beautiful decorative ones are probably going to cost you at least $15 to $20 per pumpkin. It's just a matter of how many you want and how many different places in your home that you're actually styling. Now, while we're talking about candle holders, I love candle holders and I love fake candles inside the candle holders. When it comes to decor ones, okay, when it comes to the ones that are the 3-piece sets or the 4-piece sets, I love those and I love being able to style those very beautifully, whether it's by the TV or if it's on your coffee table or even your dining table. I just think they look so good, and honestly, it just gives extra lighting in the right way. It gives cozy. It gives very cozy vibes, especially coming into fall, especially at nighttime. It just gives that vibe. All the ones I leaked here, now I will be honest with you, I think they are all over $20, but they are worth your money because I have 2 out of the 3 I believe that I have saved and showed you guys, so they are worth the money and I have been using them time and time again. I love being able to put battery powered candles into them and go. And they also have those candles that are like faux wax and almost like real wax, but it has that faux wax and it's a little heavy and it feels really, really nice. It feels just like a candle and it's heavy enough to sit inside, because sometimes I've used the faux candles, the battery power, and I use them outside and baby, they just blow away. But the ones that are actually wax, you have to be careful of not using them in the summertime, or like the faux wax, because in the summertime they will melt. I've made that mistake too. See, let me make the mistakes first, okay? You see the science behind this? Let me make the mistakes first and then I got you. So yeah, but I love having the candle holders because they just serve multiple purposes. I had them on dining table last year, I had them by my TV last year, and I plan on this year doing the same exact thing. I am not deviating from it. That is like my go-to. And the very, 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 very last thing is scent, fragrance, home fragrance. I will always, always, always share and scream from the top of my lungs. When it comes to changing seasons, the biggest thing is going to be scent. If you have pumpkin spice going in your household candle, it's going to smell like fall. When it comes to scents, especially during fall, I love to gravitate towards, like the cookie scents and stuff like that. But I have stated before, I don't like those scents particularly in my bedroom. Like, it's fine in the kitchen, in the living room, and those places, but just my bedroom in the middle of the night, I just do not want to smell cookies. I don't want to be hungry. Okay, I don't want to be hungry, but I love a really good candle. I am not opposed to candles. I am not opposed to reed diffusers. You guys know I absolutely love reed diffusers as well, and they also go as decor. And just depending on the look of the candle can also sub as decor as well. I love going for a minimal look, white and black lettering, or white and gold, black and gold. Let me show you the 2 that I have. I'm sure I've showed you guys this one before. This one is white and gold, very simple, very much a very gorgeous and beautiful candle. It looks really well. The top is gold, smells really good. Now this is going to be more of my spring summer scent, of course, so I haven't gotten around to getting any fall. And I know you guys love your Tonka scents and those wood scents as well, and this one is black and silver. But I love a very clean look when it comes to candles because I can style them anywhere. I don't care for having the candles that have the cookies all over the front and things like that. That means I have to put them inside something to hide them because it kind of messes up my vibe, my decor vibe. But I'm not saying you can't do that because, again, in the kitchen, it's fine. It's perfectly fine, okay? It's perfectly fine. Well, guys, that is it. That is all that I have for you today. I am super excited to get fall going and fall jump started. I hope you was able to take a lot of things away from today to go into your shopping when it comes to a fall, and you don't have to do too much. If you have the starting basis, you got the starting basis, okay? And we add on to it every year. But like I said, and I'll tell you many times before, because I enjoy doing this and I then come to you with things that I have done that has really worked well, that means I've made mistakes along the way, and I'm not afraid to say that I have made mistakes. But I don't want you to make the mistakes that I have made, so that's why I share them with you, so that way you know, okay, Sam said don't do this and don't do this, but I can do this if I want to. I just want you to always remember, she said I can do this if I want to, okay? But that is it. I will be having some bonus videos dropping this week, so please support me, okay? Thank you so much. But that is it. That is all, and until next time, until next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.